He's angry about mortgages. It's Angry Mortgage. He's swearing. He's cursing loud. He's old. He's opinionated. And he's been doing this so damn long. This program is about mortgages, and this is mortgage advice, but the advice may not apply to your situation. Contact licensed mortgage professionals for specific recommendations before you make decisions about mortgages. You may not agree with Ron, but if you don't, he thinks you're wrong. Oh, and did we say there is a lot of swearing?
We should have a fundamentally fair system of getting a mortgage. You know, if people are finding it hard to get the house they want, to get the mortgage they want, based on their incomes, there shouldn't be any shortcut for crooks.
Yeah,
okay?
I agree.
That is total fucking bullshit. Okay, should not happen. It also is impactful on the price of homes, because if you just can qualify for a home, you don't. I picked the one for $1.7 million, and you're going to make up the documents to make it work for me. Okay.
Right, yeah.
Well, I guess you're not too worried about the price because it's
you can come up with whatever docs you want.
Oh, my final comment on this is to sometimes to explain to people who would say, well, whoa, wait a minute. Like, why would somebody buy a house and fake the income if they can't afford to make the payments? Okay, which is the right question. Thank you. It's an easy answer. There's sources of income that people don't want to reveal, which is the most dangerous side of this business of fake income. There's also people who just want a better rate. In other words, they could qualify through an alternative lender, which you know.
Yep.
You do those. You do those mortgages every day.
Yeah,
okay.
That's right.
And it's a little bit more expensive, right? That's the essence of it.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more expensive, but you don't have to be as fussy on income. Okay. So it's to avoid, in most cases, I'd say 80% of the time, it's to avoid paying the alternative lender rates and get the very best bank rate.
Yeah.
Fair, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
They want to avoid paying lender fees too, right?
All fees, right?
Yeah,
they want a perfectly normal bank mortgage, which is the lowest cost and the best deal.
Yep.
Okay. And to do that, they commit fraud, income document fraud. Because let's face it, in some of these situations, people have cash income they're not revealing to CRA. People have taken just radical amounts of deduction from their own corporations to the point where, you know, they got their corporation paying for everything and they're hardly taking any money out just to cover the mortgage, but they still are comfortable. We've got situations where there's multiple people working multiple gig jobs. You know, there's 7 people in a family all working, but a lot of the jobs are part-time gig work. Yeah. Some of them are cash. They can easily make the payments, but the mortgage underwriting is hard and they want the best rate. Okay. So that's most of it. But why we have to end it, why it's so necessary to end it, is we have to have fairness. Everybody needs, that's the one thing that burns my ass in Canada, is we're easy on white-collar crime in this country. And that ain't fair to everybody who's doing the right thing every day. Yeah, simple as that. So, final comments on this. It's not going to happen overnight. They got to start. I absolutely know. I've had discussions with people all over the place. The CRA has already studied this. By the way, this is not going to be fucking Arrive scam. This is not going to be fucking Arrive Can $70 million bullshit application, barely works, everybody's getting paid off. No, this is an internal CRA workout. It is just piggybacking off the linkage they have with banks already, because CRA is getting information from banks every day.
All the time, yeah.
Every hour. They're getting information about people's return on their investments. They're selling stocks. They're getting interest payments. And once a year, there's a deluge of it comes in with T4s. I mean, it's a long, but it's constant communication. The lines between CRA and the banks and the credit unions are easy to manage. And it's just a question of a simple system. Remember, we're only checking one number, just one. That's it. Not studying anybody's tax return, not doing any of those things. One number. And that's the fix. So let me say this. Sean Fraser, I'll thank you again. Housing Minister. Like, everybody's going to say, stop it. Don't thank the Liberal government. We hate them. Look, First of all, we got to learn to be polite about our political discourse. We should. I ran something on the finance minister the other day on social media, and people said some things that would shock you, okay, about the finance minister. We've got to stop being angry at these. You can be mad. You're entitled to be mad. You don't like the policies. I think most of the policies are crap, okay? I don't like the way it's being run either. But I don't think the human beings are evil.
Sometimes we often forget that, you know, politicians are still people.
Absolutely. And I don't think because they've made tons of mistakes on policy, because they have a certain set of beliefs, I don't think it makes any sense to say they're stupid. I don't think it makes any sense to say they're crooks. Well, if it proves one of them's a crook, let's find out. But but to just say it over and over and over, to talk about people's families is wrong. To talk about people's personal lives is wrong, especially when it's just a lie. Okay, so I'll make that clear. But when something happens that's good, and that's meaningful, and that helps our society, like the end of mortgage fraud, mortgage document fraud, the end of fake income documents, Sean Fraser, thank you. It's a good move. Now, let's hurry the fuck up. Okay, I don't want to have to be coming back in 2 months and saying, yeah, nothing's happened. What's going on? Like, I want to hear about progress. And if we don't hear about progress, I am going to be back on the social media. I'm going to be back on this podcast, and I am not going to thank John Fraser. I am going to raise hell. Okay, so you're on the clock. Thank you very much, Sean Fraser. You're also on the fucking clock. We got to get going on this. Let's make it happen. You've announced it. Let's make it happen. This isn't that hard to do. Let's do it. Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
If you like the pod, well, don't just sit there. Go to YouTube, Apple, Spotify, and all the other ones and like the pod. And don't forget to subscribe so we can keep being angry at mortgages and swearing about mortgages. Angry Mortgage could use your support.